Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. So I want to do a quick video talking about a director that I really like, and that's Richard Stanley. Richard Stanley falls into a category for me of underrated directors that you don't hear enough about, but have a very interesting style. Other directors I would say that you don't hear enough about but have a very interesting style would be Abel Ferrara, David Cronenberg, and to an extent David Lynch, though he's gotten pretty damn popular the past few years. So, two of my favorite films by Richard Stanley are Dust Devil and Hardware. And he has done some other films. He did a documentary about working on the island of Dr. Moreau, which he had heavy involvement in the writing, directing, and other things. And due to certain circumstances, whether it be Val Kilmer and Marlon Brando being difficult to deal with, and other things I've read on the internet, he was let go from the production. They hired someone else and it just didn't really end up the way it should have. It was a troubled production all around. So if you followed cinema over the years, one of the main things they said, which I find very humorous, is Richard Stanley was very upset about this, obviously, and he went back on the set wearing a costume from the movie and was an extra unbeknownst to everyone else. So he really had his heart in this production, and they kind of, I think, screwed him out of it. So anyhow, that's one way you may know Richard Stanley. But Dust Devil was a movie I'd heard about on the internet, and they sadly haven't come out with a Blu-ray yet. I'm really crossing my fingers that they do. It's a great movie, and it's very graphic. There's lots of interesting imagery, so I hope they do. It's the movie about these people in South Africa, this couple that breaks up, and this woman leaves her husband, and she meets a drifter who happens to be like a demon. And maybe not like a demon, he is a demon. And they start trying to get this like witch doctor, forgive me if I'm not remembering it fully, to help rid the demon and kill him, because he's going around South Africa and killing people and like taking their souls. Very interesting imagery, as I said, interesting, music and sound effects, really good special effects. So I would definitely say to check this out. The only problem is, this is the special widescreen edition. Then they have a collector's edition that's, I think, 3 discs, and then they have a regular, like vanilla, like theatrical cut that's like $6.99 on Amazon, which is probably pretty good, but you really want to get the director's cut or the special edition, because it's the longest and it has the most fleshed out material. So I would definitely say if you can get the final cut of this, whether it be this or the collector's edition from Subversive, get that. But yeah, watch it. Definitely check it out. Another movie I would recommend is Hardware. Hardware is a great dystopian, cyberpunky movie about, his name's escaping me, which isn't smart. Wow, I've lost the name in my head, but the singer from Fields of the Nephilim, which is one of my favorite gothic bands, Richard Stanley happened to do a music video for them, so I guess they got linked up. And anyway, he finds it's an Irish last name, I can't think of it. He finds a robot skull in the desert and sells it. He's like a scrapper, and he sells it to Dylan McDermott, who gives it to his girlfriend for an art piece. And all hell breaks loose because the robot skull is now taking other pieces of art and material from the apartment and, using them as a body, and now just wrecking shit. So it's sort of like a horror sci-fi mix, but a really cool movie. Again, if you haven't seen Richard Stanley films, I would suggest them. They're always very intriguing, smartly done, well done, and he's under people's radar, and he shouldn't be. So, I'm trying to think what else I wanted to say about these films. I think I learned about this on a cyberpunk website, and over the years I've tried to get rid of DVDs here and there. Cyberpunk that's really bad, or just things that don't have an interesting story. And I would say that anything Richard Stanley really hits those marks. So Check him out and let me know if you've seen these and what you think of them. Thanks guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.